Yo, how's it going? In this one, I've added a couple of symbiote suits, and I wanted to hear you guys' opinion on which one's the best because, I've added quite a few different ones that I think could be a possible look for what Marvel Spider-Man 2 symbiote suit could look like. Like, look at this very first one here. This one looks great. Obviously, it's very similar to the main suit, right? I mean, clearly it's just a symbiote suit over it. However, this suit has been ramified in the sense that if you actually take a closer look here, you can see that the webs are sort of raised. And I always am a fan of that look. I like the whole raised webbing sort of style, and I think it's interesting. But I feel like this isn't what they're going to go for because, I mean, it would just look like a reskin of the first suit. I mean, obviously, they'd make this, but with the style of the second suit, right? But I feel like that's definitely not what they're going to go for. I like this one a lot, and I think it's cool. I mean, look at it in swinging action. It looks great, right? But they're definitely not going to go for this one, I feel like, just because Insomniac already has their own sort of suit style, and they'd more than likely want to separate themselves even more with their incarnation of Spider-Man, right? Because why wouldn't they? This has been one of the greatest adaptations of Spider-Man in recent times. I mean, come on, he's Spider-Man's great. I mean, obviously they essentially recast the Spider-Man though by changing his face, which I will never not laugh at because it's kind of funny. But I mean, it's more so to have a closer look with the voice actor, which a lot of games have been doing. Even Dead Space kind of changed what the original actor kind of looks like now, or the main character, right? So this is the first one. This isn't a added suit mod, it's just sort of, it just goes over the suit, right? But then we've got the next one, which I feel like this one's more in line with what it would look like, right? Because there's no sort of any webbings. It's kind of smooth, like what a symbiote should be, right? And then you've got sort of the spider emblem being changed, which we've known in previous incarnations that it does. I mean, it's done that with the original, right? It's had this big spider, this big white spider that kind of spreads all over the body, right? Even in Spectacular Spider-Man, we saw that eventually that logo change and grow as it took hold of Peter, right? And you've got the eyes as well, kind of gone for that comic style look, which I dig. But I don't know, they might combine a few different looks, right? Which I definitely wouldn't mind. I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to go for, because we know that Spider-Man's going to get the symbiote suit in the second game 100%, because, I mean, come on. It's the introduction of Venom, he's been a seasoned Spider-Man, and it's really interesting to see how the conflict as well is going to happen between Miles and Peter, because, I mean, there's always, like with a symbiote, when Spider-Man gets possessed, I mean, he always goes kind of loopy, and this time we're probably gonna have Miles stop him, kind of zap him out of it, right? So this is definitely a really cool look for the suit. I do kind of like the original look with the lens though. Like, I kind of still want to see the OG lenses from the advanced suit here, but kind of more white, right? That would be an interesting look. And then we go to this one. This one's completely different. You're like, damn, what is this? So this is kind of a ramified symbiote suit, as you can see. First of all, you got the raised webbing, and then you've got this sort of like spiral kind of texture. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that's a bit much, but it is an interesting look. So they could go for some sort of raised webbing if they really wanted, like I showed you in the original, but this one's a bit more like full on, right? And it does look kind of cool to me, but then like you kind of come halfway down here and then the texture kind of changes. So I don't know if that's just the mod or something. I don't know what's up with that, but it does kind of look pretty cool. And I've not seen the back spider on that. So hold on, I gotta take a better look at that with the sun shining on that, right? So check this out. I think this looks really cool, actually. Like, that spider logo is definitely kind of different, right? Like, that's definitely a different look for sure. But I mean, the textures are kind of cool. I do dig the whole like swirly thing, but I don't know how I feel about it, because it's a lot to look at. It's kind of, it doesn't seem like a symbiote. It kind of seems like a weird painting in a way, right? Or like some sort of concrete wall, question mark. I don't know, man. It's a bit weird. But then we've got the final choice, which I really enjoy. And if you know anything, like, I've I've played so much Midnight Suns, right? And this is the symbiote suit from Midnight Suns, and I really like this look. The only thing I don't really particularly like if you see all those lines coming down, it's kind of a bit much. Like if it was just a bit toned down and a bit smoother, I would like it so much more. But look at this. So this is the official symbiote suit from Midnight Suns, right? And it looks really damn like nice. I really like the spider logo as well on this. So they could totally do like a reimagining of the symbiote spider logo, but in the style of the advanced suit. So it still goes around, but you could probably just have it like go upwards, so like over the shoulders and under or something like that, because the symbiote suit really likes to take its own form. But I think they're going kind of with like the ultimate style of symbiote, in the sense of they've created its own thing in the lab to cure somebody, right? So that's definitely interesting. Or maybe Osborn found an alien. I don't know. That'd be weird. He's like, hey, look, I found this weird symbiote thing. I'm just going to put it on Harry and hope for the best. So that is interesting, man. But like I said, it's a really cool looking suit. It's got a lot of muscle definition. So it's like really just stuck to his skin, huh? And that's the thing that I actually really enjoy about this particular suit. It's just kind of just, you know, really like you can tell it's grafted on him. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Which one is your favorite suit in terms of, you know, just the way it looks and what you'd want the Marvel Spider-Man 2 symbiote suit to look like? I'd kind of want it to be a mix of this and the, I guess the advanced suit, like the very first one I showed you, right? So that could be kind of very, very cool to sort of see, you know, I mean, clearly, right? So we're just doing some combat here just to, I guess, kind of get a feel for it, because I've got the MCU mod on, but it kind of works with this. Okay, hold up. Oh my god, get wrecked, my boy. Okay. But what I'm really looking forward to with Marvel Spider-Man 2 symbiote sort of suit is actually the abilities, because, you know, in Web of Shadows, how when he got the symbiote suit, he sort of got all these new, like, different kind of more brutal like fighting style moves and things, and it was really interesting to see how it differed from the original, right? It was way more brutal, he was way more angry, and when he put the suit on, his stance sort of changed, so it looked kind of like this, and then when he was like in his normal suit, he was kind of more upright, like you could tell he was more like, you know, on like full of adrenaline, I guess, because that's what the symbiote feeds off of. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how the symbiote also affects him, and I'm just excited to see this overall in Marvel Spider-Man 2, and then where the story goes in the next act after, because it'll be crazy to see him fight, I guess, Venom, and to see who's actually, you know, under the mask. Like, will it be Eddie Brock? Will it be Harry Osborn? Because I don't know if there'd be any sort of drama or tension between Peter, but then again, Venom does, you know, I don't know, he's going to be bitter after he gets rejected, so who knows. But it'd be cool to see some sort of backstory for Eddie Brock, because, you know, it was confirmed that they were working together at one point. Well, not working together, but working at Daily Bugle, right? So, you know, there is that. But I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for all your support. It's been incredible. I truly appreciate every single one of you, and we're even approaching 30k subscribers, so hey, if you're new, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Peace.